footage. What am I doing today, Vernon?
Going to Todd's house with Stefan.
That's right. You coming with me, Walter?
Yeah, I've been showing off the steps.
All right. All right.
Hey. You got your phone in your wallet?
I do. Yeah. All right. I will. All right. We got Stefan in America with some snow going on.
Well, it suits you.
Yep. All right, we'll go visit Todd. Hey, Walter.
What?
Here, go ahead and put the shovel up. We'll go. Document your great meeting with Todd.
Yeah.
He also was one of the Buddha cops.
I get out.
Okay.
Get out?
Yep. Thanks, Sam. Yes.
Hello.
Nice to meet you, Todd Wray.
Stefan Kuzmany, nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you. How you like Indiana so far?
Very nice. Very nice.
Lots of snow right now.
Lots of snow and very friendly people.
Yeah.
And you have a great brother and two other great brothers.
Yes, yeah. Yep, Tyler and Thomas, yeah, they're good dudes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ted's a good guy too.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. I'm doing a documentary about him meeting everybody.
Oh, cool. That's
Yep.
pretty neat. Yeah.
And yep, he's seen the Buddha Cops movies and stuff.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Well, that's how we met on the
Yeah.
internet.
Yep.
On that book where you wrote about Buddha, what was, it was about religion,
Yes.
I understand. I was
Yeah.
trying to, I can't read German, but I read some reviews on stuff, so it was interesting, but I didn't know, did you just cover like all different?
Yeah. I looked at all
the
different,
different
and I tried to try them out in a way.
Yeah.
And tell what
The experiences at each different place and stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But from my education, I'm a Christian.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't change for the book.
You just went and visited and seen how they believed and what they thought. That's interesting. I'm Pentecostal, Christian Pentecostal, so
Yeah.
we believe in the Holy Ghost, the Holy Spirit, the working in tongues and interpretation and the gifts of the Spirit. A lot of Christians think that it ended in Acts, but it actually continues on today, to where Lord can move in our lives and help us with stuff. So I'm a strong believer. So
Yeah, totally.
yeah. So yeah, it's changed my life about 5 years ago maybe. I started going to church again. I went to church every Sunday, but I didn't practice what they preached to the full extent that I should have, and I started paying attention more and reading my Bible every day, and it started to change my life and for the better. So I can't complain one bit. The Lord's been good to me.
What brought you to 5 years ago?
Well, let's say I was working a bunch and wasn't seeing my family. The Lord was dealing with me about some stuff, and my wife called me one day and wanted to know if we wanted to homeschool our kids, because the way that the world was going with different things and the politics and the school systems and stuff. And I was like, well, I don't know, let me pray about it, and thought about it. And the Lord already done some things in our lives. He blessed us with a daughter. I prayed and asked the Lord if I have one more kid, could it be a girl? It kind of sounds silly, but I felt like the Lord gave me confirmation while I was praying that day on the way home. And so we decided to try it. We have 5 kids, 4 boys. Okay. And so the daughter's our last one. And I talked to her right down here by this farm gate, and I said, I prayed about it, what do you think? And she said, well, we'll see what, we'll trust the Lord. And we had a daughter, so very blessed in that. But just, I was working a bunch overtime, and the Lord dealt with me that basically money's not everything. It helps, but your family's more important than your kids. I decided that I would start reading my Bible every day. It was the first step. I got a YouVersion app. I just read a verse a day, and through that and starting to pay more attention in church, this guy preached a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, and I was like, well, I'm kind of double-minded and stuff, so I anyway, just started going to church more and listening, and the Lord helped me a lot and saved me and helped me. So it got me out of the stuff I was in. So that's my oldest boy. So that's Josiah. Come on down.
Not party. Hi, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
I'm Josiah. We're just talking about church.
Yeah, took him to the tunnel, get strong.
Yeah, I used to go there a lot. When I was younger, you could go leave from town, like, let's go see the tunnel, and we'd go out there and hang out.
Todd's been in there when the train's been through.
Yeah.
I haven't done that.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't stay in. I had the two people from our group got stuck in there when the train went through, and they sat down in a cubby hole. They made it to a cubby hole. They have it in the walls there.
Was the section thing?
Yeah, whenever the train goes through, after it leaves, like we ran out, we were like, Johnny! We were yelling for Johnny. He was still in there. He couldn't hear us, but the train came out, and after the train goes through, you can go stand in front of the tunnel, you can feel the wind. It's probably like 10 mile an hour wind. It ain't as bad. It's probably worse in there if you're standing up and you can get pulled to the tracks. At nighttime, they go through probably 55, 60 mile an hour, I would guess, something like that, because they don't have no reason to slow down at night. So
We walked about halfway through, then head back because it was really cold, but we got to see it and everything. That's awesome. But that's our big landmark out right here.
There's a trestle, but I wouldn't recommend going in the snow. You'd have to walk.
We hoped for spring milk because I thought this wouldn't hit till 1 o'clock, but
Yeah.
it didn't. So look.
I know I got to shoot some guns.
No, yeah, I heard about that. That's awesome, man. Thomas has all the guns. So
First time in my life.
That's awesome.
I
Yep.
don't have that.
I know. I worked with some Germans. They worked for a company called JAG over at Cummins Engine Plant, bending stainless steel tubes. And they were driving around. They were by a casino out in the country, and they said they got pulled over, and the cop came up there, and they were shocked that he had his gun and everything. And they're like, "What was your license?" Like, "You're a paper." You know, they just had a paper license, you know. Anyway, but they was excited about it. They was telling us about it at work. They said that I've worked with some Italian guys too. They said that you only see guns if something really bad happens.
Yeah.
Like if the guns are coming out, that means something's dangerous going on. So it's just crazy. Our cops, I got my gun right here.
Yeah.
He's America.
Oh yeah.
But, you know, yeah, it's just a tool. You don't ever want to use it. But it deters, people out by Ted. Told it's kind of rough.
Mass Screamer went to the post office while we were at the post office. I told him, well, my neighbor
Seems like a nice guy.
during the day.
When they're sober, they normally
During the day, he's fine, but yeah, at night he turns up the radio and screams at nothing.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. They get on the drugs. A lot of guys I work with a bunch of hikers that are great guys, and they give you a shirt off their back. They do anything, but they replace what I would use the Lord for. They replace that with drugs to get them, peace or whatever they're having trouble. They turn to that.
It's no scared.
Praying and understanding that God has his plan, but that's a bad deal. But a lot of those guys are great guys. Like I work with a bunch of dudes that they're rough and tough guys, but they do anything for you, but if you're not their friend. I mean, just depends, I guess, but most of them are nice.
You want to tell Stefan a little bit about your trucks and stuff? I had Tyler show him some vehicles. If you want to, real quick.
This is my Super Duty. This is my work truck. The hauling stuff. It's a 1972. That's beautiful. Yeah, it's got 302. I use it to haul track. This is fuel injected. It starts easier when it's cold.
Yeah.
So, and then I got this one I bought. There's one that's probably 7th grade I wanted. And my dad had one that had a 4-point Cobra jet, which is a big block motor. And it'd be cool to kind of copy that, And this is just the 302. I got 3 on the trucks back there. Yeah, they're big block trucks. I just swapped the motor into the one on the left. That's wonderful. Yeah, all the way back to the fence line right there. And then that guy bought this farm behind me and built the 2 barns. That's my blacksmith shop. In progress. I got 2 forges and handle. I like to do metalworking and stuff.
Yeah, I tried to show him a little bit about what everyone's interested in.
Oh yeah, I mean blacksmithing, church mainly. That's our life now. So, and but I was into blacksmithing real heavy, and I was getting that set up. I kind of start going to church and kind of put that on the back burner. You know, I mean, it's a project just like this. I mean, it's all fun, but as you can see, I lay up my treasures on earth and I'm supposed to lay them up in heaven. So, but I mean, it's
Change priorities.
nothing wrong to have stuff and to enjoy life. But I mean, I just, you know, like I said, priorities change. So I'm back blacksmith shop and still planning on doing it. And I got all the stuff to do. I just need to run my tool out. I'm gonna teach the kids how to do that. I've been working on this woodworking. I got a wood shop in the basement here. Teach tables, belt sanders, bandsaws, all that stuff. I've been teaching them how to make stuff out of wood and teach them some trades, basic stuff to help them in life to make things. So, but and I've had cows and goats, and I've had a steer out there I raised and we butchered for meat, and then I've had goats and
Lots of goats.
lots of goats. Yeah, I had 16 goats at one time.
Okay.
I had them back here and up there, and they were meat goats, but we didn't eat goats, so it didn't make sense to raise what you don't eat. So I was just selling them, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was all right to do that, but so I switched to a steer and we ate him, but then the problem is you don't have another one, and I have room for 30 of them here. So Dad's got 200 acres over there. Maybe one of these days you can put some on him. So yeah, that's family car, suburban. All 7 people, and that's how many we got. Me and my wife, 5 kids.
Yeah. In space.
Yeah. That's my driving to work truck. So got a Coyote motor in it, the 5.0. It's a lot of fun. Stefan, tell Todd about how you get around.
I don't have a car.
Oh yeah.
I don't need one. I live in the center of Berlin.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
We have all. I go to work with my bike.
Yeah.
That's cool. And when I need a car, we have car sharing there. Everywhere, cars standing around, and you can open them with an app.
Okay, kind of
Just
like
hop
an
in
Uber,
and
but you just
drive,
get in.
and
That's awesome.
you can park them anywhere and get out.
Kind of like the scooters they have in Bloomington.
Yeah,
You just
yeah.
go up, you sign onto it, you can just ride the scooter.
Yeah, that's cool.
So,
Yeah.
that's cool.
I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, that is neat.
Because
Yeah,
we
that's-
drive everywhere.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the bad part. Yeah, Bedford's 8 miles away from right, 8.5
here
miles
you-
from
here
right
you
here.
need a car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's all spread out. So, I mean, if you lived right in Bedford, Ted used to live by the square, and he could go someplace, but still to get to McDonald's, it'd be a 10, 15-minute walk from where you live.
Yeah.
Right? So,
Yeah, for a time, around 2009, I lived in an apartment right next to the courthouse.
Mm-hmm.
So I was walking distance to restaurants there, but I worked right in town too. So it was really nice.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we moved out here. It was nice to have room to have stuff and like chickens and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you trade it for the drive and everything.
Yeah.
yeah. So,
You're a lot farther.
would you be in Germany? Is it Orthodox Christian or is it regular Christian or Catholic? Or I just-
Protestant.
Protestant. Okay, that's like us. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
All around the world. Yeah. And my pastor's over in Croatia right now. He went over there for a 2-week mission trip / they're having a church camp over there. So he went over there to be with the guy and help do the services. So it's pretty cool. Small room.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go to church in Fearless, so it's another little community like Buddha, but maybe a little bit bigger. So that is just
About the same, I guess.
by Bedford. So we just find a church you want. Bedford's full of churches, so
Yeah. I see
it's got lots of churches.
See a lot of
A lot of the small communities each had a church too, and the communities were centered around the church because it was like the center of the community back in the day. So yeah, we got Buddha with White River Baptist Church up the road, so we went there when we were little. So.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. May I take your photo?
Yes. Yeah, wherever you want to. Maybe with the barn in the background or something. Or the house, whatever you want to do. Your picture. So.
For the house.
All right, that'll work. What's that? Oh, I guess it don't matter. It can be
No,
there.
sure.
All right, hurry up. Small sport, I'm proud of it.
Thank you.
No problem. If are you going to do a story on Ted in the papers?
Yeah, and
That'd be
and
cool.
Buddha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You know the story how we met.
Yeah, for the book.
So,
and
for the book, and then
Buddha was. You were researching Buddha. And
yeah. It's
Buddha
quite a coincidence.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And I had to come here someday, and
Exactly,
now I
yeah.
had the chance. And after the election, before the inauguration,
Yeah.
this is a good time
Yeah.
to look at the heartland of America.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think I'm in the middle of the heartland.
Yes, we are the heartland. Yes, that's true. That's what we are. We are actually, back in the day, we were the frontier. We thought so. Our family came here and
Todd,
I got all the genealogy.
he knows the
We
genealogy.
started out.
Tell you.
We started out in Virginia. So not started out there. We came from Wales, as far as I can tell. English Irish descent from Wales, and we went from there to in 1727. We came to Virginia, and we lived in Bedford County, Franklin County, Virginia area, which is kind of deep into Virginia. From then till 1812, somewhere in there, right around that time, maybe a little earlier, we left Virginia. Our great-great-grandfather did, 8 Greeks, and came from Bedford, Franklin County, Virginia, to, it changed names, so I'm not sure what the proper term is, but we went from there to Jackson County, Indiana, which is the next county over, and his house is still standing. It's owned by the Pfaffenbergers, I think it's the family name, but his name was Vandover Ray, and he married Granny White's daughter, which Granny White house is at Spring Mill. You can look it up. It's a 2-story house with a dog trot in the middle for the carriage to pull into. They moved it from Leesville, but he came to Leesville, which is on the edge by Jackson County, and he lived in a house, built a house in Jackson County. But he married her, and this is back when there was just the Indians here and a couple white settlers was moving in. So he was a preacher, and he started 5 churches in Jackson County area, Liberty Church, Ray Church, and several others. I can't remember the names of them, but he started those, and then anyway, he had a son. Several sons later. One of them was a doctor, one of them was a blacksmith, and then our great grandpa put up the first telephone lines in Indiana, and he lived here in Lawrence County. They moved to Lawrence County by then. His dad was living in Lawrence County around the line. He was the blacksmith. His son put in the power lines and then became a pipe fitter for 440, which is out of Indianapolis. And then his son was our grandpa, and he was a pipe fitter. He didn't decide what he was going to do till he was 30-something. He did a bunch of different jobs, and he worked at the foundry, did a bunch of different stuff. He rode his motorcycle to all the mainland states. It was an old World War II style Harley, I believe. And he went to all the mainland states, and then he ended up being a pipe fitter. And then my dad became a pipe fitter and a welder, and then I'm a pipe fitter, a welder, and plumbing license also. So
I plan on being a pipe fitter.
Yeah, it's a generational. You just stick with the trade, you know, and it's a good trade and it pays well. So sometimes you work real hard, sometimes you work hard. So it's got good days and bad, but we like to work with our hands. And, it's been good to our family, so made a good life. So all the problems we got are first world problems. What am I going to buy today? So it's kind of nice, but a lot of people have it not as good as we do. Some people have it a lot better than we do. So, but this is America. So, this is something else. Around, and I've got out and sat on the seat, going through big cities and different stuff like that, but never had the need. My dad had to come over one time when our door was open at our house, and I didn't want to go in I didn't know if anybody was in there, so I called Dad when I was younger. I was probably 20, and he came up and he searched the house for me. But stuff like that, or answering the door at night, you never know who's going to stop by. I mean, there's lots of druggies.
I told him about.
That's the sad part. I mean, most people are great Americans, love everybody. We all want to get along. I don't care if you do this or that, or if you want to partake in this sin or that sin. I don't care. None of my business. We all got to make our own choice. We all just want to get along and be happy and be left alone. But then you got some people that are off the wall, and it's usually because of drugs, and that's where the problem would be. So hopefully I never have to use it. I mean, that's the thing. You want to be aware of your situation and your surroundings. And,
I told him about.
And you shouldn't carry one if you don't know how to use it. Yeah. That's a big thing too. There's lots of guys out there that don't know what they're doing. They shouldn't even have a gun because they don't know what they're doing. They haven't had the training.
Yeah.
I've shot guns since I was little. Went through shooting sports with 4-H, all this different stuff. My dad was the trainer. I know how to aim, shoot, backdraps. You don't want to have something behind you that you could injure. You never point anything if you don't want to hurt, maim, or kill it. You don't point your gun at it. We hunt, you know, that's the main thing the guns are used for hunting. This one's not. That's just for personal protection. Never shot it except for at the targets.
Yeah,
So
I see.
yeah,
I told him
you
about.
don't want to have to use it.
I told Stefan about the time we came home when we were kids, and the guy was in our driveway,
Yep.
and Dad he held the gun on the guy to hold.
He had the guy behind. He had the gun behind his back, but the bad thing is, Dad didn't know if he had a gun behind the door. He could have been sitting here like this with a gun on Dad. You know,
Yeah, it was a dangerous
He
thing.
said, "Why are you in my driveway? You need to leave." And Dad blocked him in at first, questioned him for a little bit, and then he got out of the way, and the guy left, and we found out who the guy was later. I'm not gonna say his name, but he was he'd been into trouble with robbing houses and stuff. So
Okay.
he was definitely up to no good. You know, you don't pull in a driveway unless you have a reason to be there.
And-
I mean, that's the thing with this is my property. I own it. I pay my taxes.
Yeah, sure.
Tell
Don't-
Stefan about whenever my avalanche got stuck and I showed up at 2 in. I remember.
He beat on the windows and said, "Todd, it's me, don't shoot."
And Todd was in there ready.
You never know.
He was ready.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
That's
How you should do.
And that way it keeps everybody in line. You know, every house has at least one gun, I would imagine. I mean, I have enough for more than one house, more than each kid. So,
Okay.
but and it was
As many as
just
Thomas?
no. Thomas has way more than me.
Okay.
If something happens, I'm going to Thomas's house. Come on, kids,
okay.
we got to make it through the woods.
He has all the ammunition too.
Yes, yes, he is extreme.
Okay.
Yes.
The average American has a couple box of ammo and some guns.
He has all the cars.
It
Yep.
is-
Oh, yeah.
Like most of them are for hunting. So
Yesterday was spent shooting guns with Thomas, and Tyler gave him the
did you
cop
see the
car ride.
Cobra?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's the best.
Yeah.
The BMW is cool too.
Yeah, but he
That I
got
know from Germany. But
Exactly. Yeah.
we gave him a cop car ride too. It was pretty
Yeah.
cool. Tyler,
That's neat.
he's something else. We need to use
Yeah,
that to
Tyler's
make
a
a
lot of
full blown Buddha Cops thing.
Yeah, funny guy.
Yep.
Yep.
But all right, well I'll get him back to the
You're used to
hotel.
snow from Germany too, probably, ain't you?
Yeah, I know that.
So, yeah.
But I never. It's a couple of years that I saw so much snow.
Yeah.
This is a lot for us.
Yeah.
This is average right now.
But I
Then
mean,
yeah,
it's
if we get
supposed
8 to 10 inches, it's double what we normally would get. We usually get maybe 3,
Yeah.
4.
Okay.
So, I mean, we've had a couple years when we got 6 when I was younger and stuff. And
Yeah.
Blizzard of '78 had a bunch, but I was not born. My dad was, but
So
Yeah.
we're hoping it just lasts today and maybe tomorrow and
today
hope.
and tomorrow, and then it'll still hang around, but they'll hopefully have the roads cleared. They got
Yeah.
lots of plow trucks, so
Trying to get Stefan as much information about the area as I can in the short time we got to do it. So yeah.
Yeah, he's a great host.
yeah, he is. Yep. Let's see. I don't know what else you could show him.
I mean, the Spring Mill was on the agenda, and I wanted to
Yeah.
make sure he
You'd
met
have a
you.
hard
and-
time getting out of there. That's
I
the bad
know,
part. You
that's
could
a-
probably get to there.
I don't know if it's scraped, you know.
They wouldn't plow the park, I don't think.
Yeah.
We
That
can do
big hill
that
would be-
Wednesday.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, you'll be able to in a couple of days for sure.
Yeah.
But
How long?
it doesn't take long to explore it at all. It's just, well, with this it would.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get to see it.
You know, the most important thing are the people.
Yep.
That's right. I mean, yeah, you don't get to meet people from Buddha or Bedford that much, so.
Yep. Yep. Still need to get a hold of Tim if he's available. But
Yeah.
guys,
Tim's our computer nerd.
Yeah, I heard.
He fixes old radios, computers, pinball machines,
All kinds of stuff.
all kinds of stuff. I tinker in old trucks and a little bit of everything, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a big computer guy,
Yep.
but my phone's the most computer I got.
Yep. All right. Well, I guess we'll head on out, Todd. But thanks for coming and talking to us.
Yep.
Thanks for having us.
Church on Tuesday night. See you guys.
Think about it. Bye.
Bye. All right.
German it's slow too.
It's been icing since 4 o'clock. At least 5 inches on the ground. Pickles is unaffected. staying warm in its doghouse. And hyper as usual. The goats are huddled in the van. They haven't came out all day. Turkeys roosting. It's like the ducks and chickens are laid down. Got some chickens up here roosting on top. They're all trying to stay out of the weather. Doing pretty good. It's still coming down right now. Get a tape measure here and we'll measure how deep the snow actually is here. Right now it's still coming down. They shut down travel and work for me in Bloomington. It's been coming down pretty good. Alright, I'm going back in. Pretty intense snow going on.